And I do. So I'm going to interview. So I'm going to interview both of them and ask about them. So, April, if you would kindly, just for a moment, tell us very quickly about the different themes we're seeing on the wall. Where are we traveling to in Journeys? Since you titled this and it is your solo exhibition, tell us where we're going here and what you've painted from.
Okay, so this is Kiowa, and actually I was hired by a client who sent me this picture, but they told me they wanted it all daylight colors, but they didn't have a picture with daylight colors. So I did the commission. It was a great commission, and so then I was excited when he sent me the photo, because I was like, this is going to be gorgeous. And then when he's like, yeah, convert it all to light blues and light, I was like, oh. So I was super excited to take his photo, which I don't normally do because I usually use my own, and convert that, and to paint that as he sent it to me as a sunset. This little painting, I just have to say that I was with Jackie in Beaufort, and we were trying to see the house where The Big Chill was filmed, and we couldn't get behind the gates, no trespassing. So I swung to my left, and that was my view. So that was actually what inspired that painting.
Okay. Now, what about the walls though? So like this entire wall over to here, what is this area that you've
This is
painted?
all the Low Country, Charleston, Kiowa, and then there are actually a couple. This is St. Martin in the Caribbean, and this is the British Virgin Islands.
Okay. And then what about this entire wall over here?
These are all France, Paris, Giverny, Monet's gardens.
Now, why is that important to you? Why is Giverny such a, because you use that a lot in your artwork, so why is that important to you?
Well, because when Frank and I landed in Paris, we rented a car, we headed straight to Giverny, which is where Monet lived. And so we went to his garden, spent several hours. Of course, there are like 3 of these paintings that were taken: the Japanese bridge, his pond, and then the water lilies. And then the others were just the little town where he lives.
Gotcha. Let's all work our way over here because I want to ask specifically about, and I'm coming to you next, Lindsay, so keep following me. So just a few works of note, obviously the larger ones. April has not, in her past, painted in such a large size. This is some of her first ventures into large artworks. Obviously, at the request of one of her art dealers, that she start painting larger scale, and so we can start seeing some artwork of note. And so something that I wanted to point out was this one right here, because I think this is quite exceptional. I think you did a fantastic job. I think Lindsay would agree with me. This is one of her best works, and that's why it took a premium spot in the gallery. Tell us a little bit about that and what it meant to you when you painted.
I would just say that when we got to Monet's gardens, this was, I probably took 400 or 500 pictures on the property where Monet lived. And it was just, I couldn't even believe I was there. It was like, I'm a painter, and here I am where Monet lived, and this is what he saw every day of his life. And it's no wonder why he painted the water lilies over and over and over again, and the bridge, and because it's just exceptional beauty. So
it is. All right, Lindsay, I got a question for you. So Lindsay McPhail, the owner of the Art Cellar, she used to be in this space. She outgrew it and has moved up to North Main. So Lindsay, my question for you is: you've sold a lot of art in your day. Out of all the artwork that you see in here, what do you like the most and why?
Well, Ann asked me that earlier, and I think I said I went to this piece as, for whatever reason, this is the one at this moment that is sticking out to me. The gallery always, people ask me that, what's your favorite piece? And it's usually what's my favorite wall or what's my favorite area, because it's so many different pieces. But in this setting where you actually get to see each individual piece one at a time, it is kind of nice to take that in. And it is this one, and my second one is the big one over there, the Kiowa. And there's different reasons for that, because I've seen the progression of these paintings from when she's started it and working on it. I've also seen the progression of April's work from a lot of this what I call a small painting, but a lot of artists, to them, this is a big painting. And so to jump from this size to this size is a big step. And in the art world, as an artist, when you're painting, it's all problem solving. You know, you have in mind what you're going to do. You see that picture, what you're going to paint. Just like Daniel said, it's layering. You're not just painting the picture. You're starting and you're seeing it come together. And then you might rework it till it's right. So all of that, that's why I keep coming back to this one. Part of knowing the history behind the journey of April, not only visiting all these places, I think that is my cell phone.
That's right.
Visiting all these
Sounds
places,
lovely.
but for me it's the journey of April as an artist and how she has filled up a whole gallery space with her own collection. I think that's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. And April, it just for you guys that maybe are just now joining us, April has been selling quite well, and she's doing very well with her art. And in my personal opinion, she is. So this is why I enjoy April's art, and this is why I enjoy selling April's art. Obviously, I am in the business more because I've been an art dealer for 12 years, and so I enjoy being able to help people collect art. Lindsay here is an actual ceramics artist, so she understands artists on a very granular level. She knows the painstaking time that it actually takes to do something, whereas I do not. But one of the reasons I love April's art the most is because, in my personal opinion, after having sold about $15 million worth of art, is I think for April's ability and what she can actually achieve in post-impressionism, she is way ahead of most people, and not only that, she is way underpriced for most people in her same area. I realize we're in Greenville, and so the market affects that, but in my personal opinion, something like this, I've easily sold for $5,500, $6,000, okay? So that's why I think that April's a good artist for you guys to collect now as a newer artist, because in art, you know, art's only going to go one way from here, right? And so, especially when you're collecting a new artist. So the bigger and bigger April gets, obviously, the more and more she's going to be collected, and the more galleries are going to pick her up, and the higher her price is going to get. So it's a great entry-level starting point for you as a new collector. And as I always say, and I'm going to end on this, and we'll come back in a while and talk about impressionism for those of you who are still sticking around, but as an art dealer, this is what I always say. So I've had the opportunity to be able to sell Marc Chagall, Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dali, and all the major 20th century masters, Juan Miró, and the big boys, and I've sold them for 6 figures. But for me, that is a rush and that is fun. But I don't care if your budget is $100,000 for art or if it's $100 for art. All I want you to do is to collect original art. I want you to stop buying your art from Hobby Lobby and start collecting original art. That's all I want. Okay? We want to move everybody.
Artists in here that would concur with that.
Okay. That's all we want. So, does not matter if you buy from me in my gallery. Does not matter if you buy from Lindsay and her gallery. Lindsay and I are going to be doing a lot of joint ventures here in the future. And so I would encourage you, if you are going to collect something from April, please go ahead and do it tonight. Come and visit Lindsay and see all the 50-something artists, 50-plus artists that Lindsay carries as well. But we want to thank you so much for being here, and enjoy the social event, okay? It's nice to come down and look at some art, but this is an opportunity to talk to the artists, talk to the art dealers, get to know people, learn some new names, get some beer, have some wine, eat some food, and enjoy yourselves. So thank you so much for coming. Again, I'm Dan Lyles. This is Lindsay McPhail. If you need anything or if you want to collect art tonight, you can talk to either one of us and we'll handle that for you. Thanks so much for being here. Let's give April a big round of applause. Thanks, man.